The war on crime continues. First tonight on Our News Live at 7, the latest on police efforts to curb violent crime as an advocate says keep politics out of it. And a nearly tragic end for a teen inmate. We'll tell you what she used in an attempt to take her own life. And later, our Danielle Miller dives in, taking us on a journey to the annual Dragon Boat Festival held at Goodman's Bay Beach. And then in Our News at 7:30, are you ready to join Generation E? We'll tell you how leading electric vehicle dealership Easy Car Sales is partnering with Our News to get the keys of a new electric SUV in the hands of one lucky Our News viewer. All that and more as Our News Live at 7 starts now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlena Leonard, in for Candino Knowles. A new crime-fighting initiative is set to come into effect within a matter of days. This as the Davis administration launched the Clear, Hold, and Build initiative. Government expects the project will lead to a crackdown on gang activity with a focus on hotspot areas in New Providence. We're learning one of those areas, the Anglerston community. Bethany McDermott joins us now from the Office of the Prime Minister, where a crime-fighting briefing just wrapped moments ago. Bethany, obviously something residents are eager to hear about. I mean, we've both interviewed people recently saying either they don't feel safe or they're always operating on heightened awareness. What else can you tell us about this?
Yes, Marlena, obviously the initiative launched today will address an issue top of mind for many Bahamians. The Clear, Hold and Build initiative launched this afternoon here at the Office of the Prime Minister by the Prime Minister is aimed to remove people connected directly to criminality. That's coming from Prime Minister Philip Davis. As to why the initiative is going into Anglerston first, police statistics tell us there's been an increase in gang activity there. The Prime Minister also telling us another aim is to focus on solution instead of unfocused punishment.
The Clear phase relies heavily on the police to take the lead to disrupt gang activity. This includes the targeting of gang leaders and members, the removal of derelict vehicles, the cleaning up of known stash houses, and the identification and demolition of abandoned buildings. During this phase, the police will operate a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal activity. They will proactively investigate gang offenses and seek to identify and seize criminal assets.
Another big question here, just one of the many big questions coming out of this press conference is how will this impact that fear of crime, something we spoke about just a few minutes ago? Well, the police commissioner telling us that he believes the initiative will do just that, and the police will do all they can to ensure Bahamians feel a little more comfortable as they move around the island. However, we spoke to one crime advocate earlier today who said that the fear of crime is still very high. He says more needs to be done to address the criminal element, not just in New Providence, but throughout the Bahamas. With many Bahamians still fearful of crime, Lead Institute CEO Troy Clark says there is much more that can be done to combat crime in the Bahamas. Clark says 3 key areas need to be focused on to bring crime under control: early intervention, integrating mental health support to crime prevention, and strengthening community policing and public trust.
We know that preventative programs focusing on conflict resolution, substance abuse, education, and mentorship is vital if we are going to see any dent in the crime going forward. So basically engaging at-risk youth early.
The murder count is nearing triple digits with just over 2 months left in the year. A few weeks back, a man was shot and killed with his daughter in his hand. Prime Minister Philip Davis released a crime plan and is expected to reveal more initiatives to that plan. Clark believes a lot of the crime is rooted in mental health issues.
And so we have to look at the solution and have the unit work alongside law enforcement to de-escalate violent situations involving individuals who are in crisis.
Despite government initiatives and more boots on the ground by police, residents still feel the fear of crime is high. Clark works with offenders, has served on the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and as a police reserve officer. He's also been a social worker and has been in the criminal justice system for more than 25 years. He moved from New Providence because of the vexing crime issue.
I work in New Providence, but I decided I'm going to remain living in Grand Bahama and come to Nassau every week or every other week to do the work that I have to do. And that's part and parcel of the fear of crime. And I work with the offender population. So if Troy, who is a criminal justice consultant nationally, have some level of fear, imagine with those persons who are not even trained to the level that I'm trained with.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott. Marlena, of course, we will continue to keep an eye on this initiative and the impact it has on the communities, but specifically Engliston, as it is set to take effect there first this coming Monday. But for now, coming to you live from the Office of the Prime Minister, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you on the desk, Marlena.
All right, thanks so much for that, Berthany. Well, a teen inmate is in hospital after police say she tried to kill herself at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services on Thursday night. Corrections officers found the 17-year-old hanging in her cell from a makeshift rope that was made of prison attire just after 9 p.m. She was cut loose by those officers, and EMS transported her to the hospital, where she's listed in stable condition. The suicide attempt comes nearly a week after an 8-year-old boy died in a reported suicide. The Department of Social Services has a 24-hour crisis hotline providing counseling to anyone feeling overwhelmed, battling depression, or struggling to cope with life's many challenges. You can call anytime to their 24/7 hotline. The numbers are 322-2763 or 422-2763. A man accused of killing his girlfriend and her teenage daughter has been denied bail for a second time. Blake Strawn is accused of fatally stabbing his girlfriend Allison Thompson and her 14-year-old daughter Trevornica Thompson. They were last seen alive at their Ross Corner apartment on April 11, 2023. Police found their decomposing bodies on April 14th when they went to investigate the source of a foul odor. Strawn's trial is set for May 2025. And today was day one of the Bahamas Motor Dealer Association Car Show, and there's something special about one of the cars on display in the Easy Car Sales lineup. What's so special about it? Well, it could be yours. The dealership partnering with Our News to get the keys in the hands of one lucky Our News viewer this year. We've got the full story in our 7:30 newscast, but first, let's hear from managing partner of Easy Car Sales, Pia Farmer, who tells us more about the SUV.
We are giving away a UAN Pro, a BYD UAN Pro, and it's a lovely compact Jeep. It's super useful for an individual, a couple, a small family, or even for a business, because the seats go down, so if you're a massage therapist, you can put your stuff there if you're delivering. So it's good for commercial and for personal use.
Time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlene, and a happy TGIF, everybody. A very cloudy day around the islands. Lots of winds, and we still have some showers on the outside. Temperatures rather comfortable. They are in the mid to upper 70s, 79 degrees is our current temperature right now. Your winds are really blowing out of the northeast at 22 miles per hour, and they have some higher gusts out there as well. But your feels like temperature, very comfortable, 77 degrees on the outside. Right now it's 77 in Freeport, 77 also in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 79s. Allenstown, Bimini here in the capital and over in Governor's Harbor. 78s, Great Harbor Key, Nicholstown, Andros, and into the Central Bahamas. 80 in Kemps Bay, 83 Arthurstown, Cat Island. You have some showers there. Georgetown, 84, as well as in Deadman's Key. Coburn Town, San Salvador, 82, and into the southeast Bahamas, 84. Duncantown, Ragged Island, some showers nearby, 85 in Colonel Hill, Crooked Island. Delectable Bay, 84. Abrahams Bay, 84. Matthewtown, Inagua, 85, and our good neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands, you rounded a temperature profile at 86. Sideline radar composite, frontal boundary that is just to the south of the capital. Most of the moisture is behind that on the north side, and that kept us rather unsettled across most of the northwest Bahamas and portions of the central Bahamas today. But we are going to continue to see this trend as that front is basically stationary. It's going to try and move back towards the north, but we are going to see this disturbance out there. The National Hurricane Center giving that a low chance for formation. That's just north of Puerto Rico. That should introduce some showers to the southeast Bahamas for the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
Still to come on Our News, Dragon Boat Festival makes waves at Goodman's Bay Beach. Stay tuned for exciting highlights. But first, today in sports history. Learn about DeVar Darling's breakout senior season that propelled him to pro football. Find out one of his many standout performances when Our News returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
Hey, you're gonna watch the Charlie Bahama show this week because it is super special. I don't know if you can tell by how I'm dressed, but AJR will be on this episode of the Charlie Bahama show this week, right here on Cable Bahamas.
That's right. We caught up with indie pop group AJR right here in the Bahamas on our first show of the new season. Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas, channel 212.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. DeVar Darling's breakout senior season propelled him to pro football, and one of his many standout performances came on this day in 2003. In his senior year with the Washington State Cougars, Darling was one of the most reliable down-the-field threats for Bill Doba's offense. On November 18th, the 6th-ranked Cougars defeated Pac-10 rival Stanford 24-14. Darling finished with 5 receptions for 82 yards in the win. He ended the year with 50 receptions for a career-high 830 yards and a touchdown. The next year, he was taken by the Baltimore Ravens in the 3rd round of the 2004 NFL Draft.
That was back then. Here's what's coming up on Our Sports tonight. A tough night for Bahamians in the MLB playoffs. Domingo suffered a 6-0 defeat last night against the Millennia Atlantic University Macross. Kayla Capri is back home ready to fight for paradise. The Bahamas has an opportunity to take another leap in the World Baseball Softball Confederation rankings. The Bahamas will host several of the top teams throughout the Caribbean October 23rd to 28th at the Andre Rogers National Stadium.
In many of these countries can't tell us the Bahamas is ranked 59, right? But we are now ranked 47th over the last 12 months of the efforts that have been placed forward and us pushing together. This is another event that's going to move us in that right direction and continue that upward climb. Our goal at the end of the day of the Federation is we can be in the top 20.
And we bring you the 10YS Plays of the Week.
That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As a senior Hamas official says, there's no end to the conflict in the Middle East without a resolution in Gaza. Plus, all's forgiven. Family members of the Menendez brothers who are in jail for the murder of their parents seek their release from prison. And why Grenada's budget presentation has been postponed to early 2025. The details when Our News returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to do the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed, actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A senior Hamas official stated that resolving the regional conflict spreading to Lebanon and beyond depends on addressing the original crisis in Gaza. As fighting continues in southern Lebanon between Israeli forces and Iranian-backed Hezbollah, concerns grow about a broader war involving Iran. Diplomatic efforts have stalled, with a potential Israeli strike on Iran looming after Tehran's recent missile attacks. Hamas blames Israel for the deadlock in ceasefire negotiations, while Israel aims to dismantle Hamas's military power. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris defended her record as a prosecutor and pledged to decriminalize marijuana and push for police reform during an interview with radio host Charlemagne the God on Tuesday. Harris addressed criticism she disproportionately incarcerated black men, calling it simply not true, and emphasized her progressive stance on marijuana cases. She also committed to passing the George Floyd Policing Act to address police brutality, despite challenges in Congress.
I was the most progressive prosecutor in California on marijuana cases and would not send people to jail for simple possession of weed. And as vice president, have been a champion for bringing marijuana down on the schedule. So instead of it being ranked up there with heroin, we bring it down. And my pledge is, as president, I will work on decriminalizing it because I know exactly how those laws have been used to disproportionately impact certain populations and specifically black men.
Mm-hmm. Relatives of Lyle and Eric Menendez, serving life for the 1989 murder of their parents, met with prosecutors Wednesday asking for their release or a new trial. Los Angeles District Attorney George Gasson's office is reviewing new evidence, including a letter Eric allegedly wrote describing abuse. The brothers have long claimed they killed their parents due to sexual abuse. Family members argue their continued imprisonment serves no purpose and that today's understanding of abuse would lead to lighter sentences. Gasson's office has not commented.
What happened is tragic, but I forgive my cousins. I have forgiven them forever because I know they were acting out of fear and desperation. These were children, just 6 and 8 years old, who didn't understand their own bodies. No child should ever have to endure that kind of pain. This abuse trapped them. It was painful and it terrified them. Their father's abuse shattered their lives and the family's lives, and the courts failed them.
The Grenada government announced Wednesday the 2025 national budget will be delayed until January or February of next year, citing the disruptions caused by Hurricane Beryl, which hit on July 1st. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell explained that the recovery efforts from the hurricane, which caused widespread damage, have required significant resources, including suspending parts of the Fiscal Management and Resilience Act. The delay will allow for broader consultations with citizens and stakeholders, ensuring the final budget addresses Grenada's most urgent needs and long-term goals. Still to come in our news, today in history. Find out interesting facts about the day that was October 18th. And then in our news at 7:30, you don't want to miss how you can ride easy with our news in our latest major promotion. Stay tuned for how you can enter to win. Plus, how the housing minister says the government is 12,000 homes short of its goal to build affordable homes. That's coming up when our news returns.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the university.
On this day in Bahamian history in 1934, Bert Cooper, better known by his film name Calvin Lockhart, was born in Nassau. Lockhart was a stage, television, and film actor whose career spanned from the 1960s to the late 2000s. He is best known for his roles in the blaxploitation films Let's Do It Again and Uptown Saturday Night, which he starred in with fellow Bahamian actor, the late Sir Sidney Poitier. His last acting role was in the film Rain by Bahamian director Maria Govan. Lockhart died on March 29, 2007. He was 72. In 1943, the trial of Alfred D. Morigny began in Nassau. Morigny was put on trial for the murder of American-born businessman and investor Harry Oakes. Oakes was murdered at his home on the night of July 7th. 2 days later, Morigny, who was also Oakes' son-in-law, was arrested and charged with his murder. Morigny's trial lasted for 22 days before he was acquitted. Then in 1952, Jewett Halson Moultrie was born in Matthewtown, Inagua. Moultrie is a meteorologist, attorney, and politician. He served as F&M MP for Nassau Village and Speaker of the House of Assembly from May 24, 2017 until September 16, 2021. Then in 1972, then Prime Minister Lyndon Pindling presented the white paper for the nation's independence in the House of Assembly. It indicated what would stay the same after independence, what would change, and the vision for the future. A year later, and just 3 months after independence in 1973, the first edition of the Abaco Independent Movement AIM newsletter, the Abaco Independent, was released. AIM sought independence from the United Kingdom as their own nation, separate from the rest of the Bahamas.
The annual Dragon Boat Festival was held over the weekend at Goodman's Bay Beach. Although the festival is only a few years old, its growth has been explosive. Our Danielle Miller hit the sands for the festival and has the highlights.
Ready, set, paddle. Over the weekend, the waters of Goodman's Bay came alive for the Bahamas Chinese Association's third annual Dragon Boat Festival. A showcase of both Bahamian and Chinese culture, the thrill of the two-day event is for those who watch or participate in the races. Unfortunately, due to weather conditions on Saturday, the festival was forced to delay all 46 races until Sunday. This setback only stirred the momentum. Fans were on the sands at 8 a.m. to cheer on their team of choice.
The start lines and the other red ones are the finish lines, and we're doing 200 meters as well as 500 meters, and you might see them racing back and forth between a 500 meter and a 200 meter.
27 teams in total were registered for the races, including 4 international teams. Local teams were backed by corporate Bahamas, youth programs, and law enforcement.
Well, we are competitive as an organization. We not only fight crime, but we also have our athletic bone in us, where we compete against other teams as well.
Yes, it's an excellent team building exercise. You get to know people from other departments and learn how they act in situations of stress or situations where you have to really work together.
Do you think that you guys will come out champions today?
Of course. We came with you to win, and that's what we're going to do.
We're going to try.
Well, I think we'll do well. Agree. And if not, we're having fun, so that's what it's all about.
In the end, Bahama boys and girls were the official champions. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That does it for our news at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Happy Friday, Marlena.
Happy Friday.
We are ready.
Yes, we are very ready.
All right, thanks so much. Well, coming up, residents on Grand Bahama expressing deep concern about the state of the Taino Beach Bridge. And are you looking for a new vehicle? We'll tell you all about the partnership between Easy Car Sales and Our News. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, crime. Still a major concern across the country. Tonight, our Berthany McDermott explores some of the issues. Plus, the housing minister reveals the dream of home ownership is becoming more difficult to achieve. We have his full comments coming up. Plus, a crucial crossing point in need of repair on Grand Bahama. Residents expressing their frustration tonight. And are you in search of a brand new vehicle? Well, you may be the lucky winner of an electric vehicle thanks to a partnership between Easy Car Sales and Our News. We'll tell you all about it.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, presents the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive 242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. 10 months into 2024, and the fear of crime remains high despite efforts from government to address the vexing issues. The murder count is near triple digits, and many Bahamians are fearful to leave their homes. In this report, our Berthany McDermott takes a look at the vexing problem.
Yes, murders are up 13%. Attempted murders are down 19%. Armed robberies are down 26%.
National Security Minister Wayne Munro making the revelation back in September while addressing the National Crime Intelligence Agency bill. He added that overall crime is down by 6%. At the time, Munro said despite the decreases, the numbers were still not pleasing.
Every single number is still too high.
And while all other areas saw a decrease at that point in the year, the weeks that followed saw more murders and armed robberies. One incident saw a man shot and killed with his baby in hand after school pickups. The murder count is creeping closer to 100 with just over 2 months left in the year. 2023 saw 110 homicides, while 2022 saw 128 murders. 2021 saw 119 murders. In January, following a spike in homicides, Prime Minister Philip Davis released an extensive 5-pillar strategy plan to address crime. It included prevention, policing, prosecution, punishment, and rehabilitation.
Prevention was going to be a key part of our focus, preventing crime in the first place. Policing is a response and have a very strong police response. And of course, on the prosecution side is the swift justice, how quickly we can move matters to the court.
Despite the government's efforts, it seems the public isn't buying it. Criminal activity continued and the fear of crime remains high among the public. Just 3 weeks ago, they had this to say on the matter.
The current situation in the Bahamas right now is out of whack. Our young men, especially, is out of hand. There is no rehabilitative plan in place by either governments or successive governments to curtail this problem.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, the government is 12,000 homes short of its goal to build affordable homes. That's according to Housing and Urban Renewal Minister Keith Bell, who says the findings were revealed in a recently completed study. Bell says 2,800 homes should be built a year, but the high cost of labor and materials have hampered the process. Joshua Williams reports.
Quite frankly, in our islands and certainly in New Providence, there's no such thing as affordable housing.
That's Housing and Urban Renewal Minister Keith Bell addressing challenges of creating more affordable housing as he spoke during Thursday's Exuma Business Outlook. Bell says while taxpayers have to deal with the high cost of living, the dream of home ownership is becoming more difficult to achieve. And while the government has sought to build more affordable low-cost homes, the Housing and Urban Renewal Minister admits they haven't been able to do everything they wanted, and it's been made clear in a recently obtained report.
The study back then indicated that we should be building about 2,800 homes per year. And so far, we have 12,000 plus short in terms of the housing units. And so each year it is added, and in a number of years we didn't build homes. And so therefore, we have our work cut out for us.
The housing dilemma was covered extensively by our Berthany McDermott in his Price Out of Paradise special. One of the issues was the cost of construction. Now, months later, Bell says this remains one of the biggest issues.
The cost of materials is going up, the cost of labor is going up. And so now we are seeking to improve what it is that we do in terms of our the way in which we build.
When it comes to what the government has been able to achieve, they've launched subdivisions like Renaissance, Pinecrest, and Adastra in the capital, as well as the Ocean Hole in Eleuthera. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Now turning to Grand Bahama. For months, a section of the bridge leading to Taino Beach has been closed due to challenges. While residents of Grand Bahama are voicing their frustration tonight, calling it a significant inconvenience. This decades-old bridge connects the city of Freeport to Taino Beach, but after years of service, it's in need of repairs. The bridge is a crucial crossing point for both pedestrians and vehicles on the island. The closure of a portion of the bridge has forced motorists to detour, reducing what was once a 4-lane route to just 2 lanes. The Lakaya Service Company Limited and Tamarind Development Company Limited are responsible for the bridge maintenance. Charles Moss, a resident of the area for over 40 years, describes the situation as a great inconvenience.
To come and have a bridge that you've been used to traveling over for all those years now have in a state of disrepair and looks like it's creeping or being, I guess, put on the back burner instead of being a priority.
He knows many people are building in the community, which is now leading to increased heavy-duty traffic over the bridge.
The only thing that separates us now, a little PVC pipe in the middle of the road that stops the traffic from coming. And if you're not used to the area, then you can encounter someone coming in the wrong direction and could probably cause an accident.
Another resident, Samuel Smith, claims some community members have expressed concerns that the bridge is crumbling from below.
A big chunk of it to drop off. And folks who live in the area, who is in the craft, could actually see up underneath.
Olivia Pages, owner of the Stone Crab restaurant on Taino Beach, stresses the bridge's importance to the community. She knows there's been little progress. Pages also shares that some visitors feel uncomfortable crossing the bridge.
So we're patiently waiting, but we're getting a little concerned about the safety.
Grand Bahama resident Jacqueline Moss sharing similar sentiments.
They started the construction, that means something needs to be done. So they need to step on it.
Environmentalist Joseph Darville says a new bridge should be constructed, as he believes it's essential for both safety and sustainability.
You know, I'll be forthright. Every time I traverse there, there's a little bit of trepidation with respect to whether or not that bridge is going to collapse. Now, I know it is going to be a very costly affair.
Well, the Lakaya Service Company Limited and Tamarind Development Company Limited provided an update on the ongoing restoration of the Taino Beach Bridge. In a statement, officials say infrastructure projects like this require significant lead time. They add the design phase has been completed by Integrated Building Services Limited, and Bahamas Hot Mix has been selected as the contractor for the bridge's reconstruction. But before work can begin, utilities in the bridge's median must be relocated to minimize disruption. LUSCO is in discussions with utility providers to establish a safe relocation plan, and once finalized, construction will commence. LUSCO officials say they understand that the preparatory work currently taking place may raise concerns for the public, but weekly inspections are being conducted to monitor the bridge's condition. Well, interested car enthusiasts wandered around on day one of the Bahamas Motor Dealer Association car show. But there's one announcement that just might steal the show. Easy Car Sales is partnering with Our News to get one lucky winner to a new electric SUV. Our Marlena Leonard has the story.
Easy Car Sales is teaming up with Our News to get the keys to a new electric vehicle in the hands of an Our News viewer.
We are giving away a UN Pro, a BYD UN Pro. And it's a lovely compact Jeep. It's super useful for an individual, a couple, a small family, or even for a business, because the seats go down. So if you're a massage therapist, you can put your stuff there if you're delivering. So it's good for commercial and for personal use.
Our News senior producer Candino Knoll says this car perfectly highlights solutions to two key public concerns.
So here's the thing. Our News is always looking for exciting ways to engage with our audience. This is just another way for us to connect with that audience. And when we consider the fact that we're in the hurricane belt, the fact is we look at what's going on with carbon emissions. We look at climate change and how that's impacting people. All of that's connected. When you think about the economic value and you think about the environmental value, this just made sense for us. And the fact is these are things that our audience, they are concerned about. And so here we are, partnering with Easy Car to do it.
As for how this car can be yours,
for people who want to take advantage of this opportunity, of course, they've got to watch our news. We have an already engaged audience, and so we just want to remind them to continue watching, keep watching, because the stories that will roll out in the next few weeks leading up to the ultimate giveaway is where they will find the opportunity to win. And so they also have to visit our website, ournews.bs, where they can find more information about how they can enter to win.
And there's one other way to be eligible.
If you are an Alive customer, Alive Mobile, Rev, or Alive Fiber, you are already halfway there. So essentially, all you need to do is, if you have any of these services, pay your bill on time or upgrade.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, sounds exciting. Be sure to watch so you can be that lucky winner. Well, wet conditions across the islands on this Friday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy TGIF, everybody. Gray skies around the islands. Most of the northwest Bahamas today as a frontal boundary just to the south of us kept us with lots of clouds. We have some winds out there. Tight pressure gradient keep us on the windy side. 79 degrees is our current temperature. Your winds out of the northeast at 22 miles per hour, and it's gusting high at times. But your feels like temperature very comfortable, 77 degrees on the outside. Satellite radar composite. Frontal boundary just to the south of the capital across the exumas. Most of the moisture behind that on the north side, keeping us unsettled across the northwest Bahamas. Isolated showers and thunderstorms, the name of the game, but a lot of rain falling from some mid-level clouds. That's going to continue to be the trend as this frontal boundary remains stationary, but we will be watching that disturbance just north of Puerto Rico. That's going to be introducing some showers to the southeast and central Bahamas by the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. Look at your weekend forecast, and the tropics still to come.
Still to come in our news, bring innovation solutions to the table. Those words coming from the tourism minister as government prepares to pump over $70 million into businesses. Plus, fire truck concerns on the island of Exuma. The local MP provides an explanation coming up. And later, pumping pink. The owner of a local gas station is lowering the prices at the pumps. We'll tell you all about the initiative when our news returns. Stay with us.
It has the looks.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
Hey, you're going to watch the Charlie Bahama show this week because it is super special. I don't know if you can tell by how I'm dressed, but AJR will be on this episode of the Charlie Bahama show this week right here on Cable Bahamas.
That's right. We caught up with indie pop group AJR right here in the Bahamas on our first show of the new season. Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas, channel 212.
With tourism officials forecasting a record-breaking year in 2024, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper is urging Bahamian entrepreneurs to capitalize on this surge and bring innovative solutions to the table. Speaking at a tourism think tank event, Cooper emphasized the potential for growth, noting that with over 30,000 visitors arriving daily, the time is now for local entrepreneurs to turn this influx into tangible economic gains. He challenged them to harness this momentum, transforming the country's tourism boom into sustainable business success.
30 times more than the population of the Bahamas visit the Bahamas every year as tourists with money in their pocket to spend. And one of the things they want to do when they come is shop. The other thing they want to do, they want to see, they want to eat. They want to drink. They want to explore. They want to experience our art, Mr. Monroe. They want to experience our culture. They want to see some performances that depict who we are as Bahamians.
To make this a reality, Cooper announced that government has allocated $74 million to support small business development through the Small Business Development Center and other agencies.
You have opportunities right in the palm of your hands that many of us did not have when we determined that we would be entrepreneurs. I invite you to seize the day. I invite you to be bold. I invite you to be innovative. And I invite you to unleash your entrepreneurial spirit.
Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for the Exumas in Ragged Island, Chester Cooper, addressing concerns over the lack of a fire truck on Exuma. Questions were raised over the issue following a fire at the Exuma Fish Fry last week. Several stalls were burned to the ground. Residents had to pull together to put out the fire because there's no fire truck on the island. Speaking at the Exuma Business Outlook on Thursday, Cooper had this explanation.
Whilst we have a fire truck at the airport, it is for the use of the airport. And if it is not at the airport, then international flights cannot land. ICAO will have some concerns about the rating of this airport and will potentially downgrade the airport. And then we will have a new set of problems to contend with.
The Deputy Prime Minister adds government will address the need for a fire truck. He also encouraged residents to sign up for the island's fire brigade.
There is a need for not just one fire truck, perhaps 3 or 4 or 5 of them on the island of Exuma, because we span 50 miles from one end to the next. And if we house a fire truck in Georgetown and there's a fire in Baratari, it's going to take, 40, 50, 60 minutes to get there. We recognize this, and this is why we have put in place temporary measures to address these issues.
When our news comes back from the break, Pumping Pink, the owner of a local gas station, is lowering the prices at the pumps. Hear how all proceeds will support breast cancer awareness and research efforts.
Coming up on Our Sports, not a fun Thursday night for Bahamians in the MLB playoffs, or for UB men's soccer. Might be a fun wrestling weekend though.
And Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news continues.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on my services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs a
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. Jazz Chisholm Jr. and the Yankees missed an opportunity to take a 3-0 lead in their series, while Antoine Richardson and the New York Mets are on the brink of elimination. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series came down to an exciting finish in extra innings, but the Cleveland Guardians protected home field advantage. Chisholm had a single and a stolen base in the Yankees' 7-5 loss to the Guardians last night at Progressive Field in Cleveland. The Yankees lead the series 2-1, with the Guardians set to host Game 4 tonight at 8:08 p.m. and Game 5 tomorrow night. Chisholm now has hits in consecutive games and his second stolen base of the postseason. Over in the National League Championship Series, Thursday night didn't go any better for Richardson and his New York Mets. The Dodgers' potent lineup was on full display in Game 4 from Shohei Ohtani's opening at bat and led them to a 10-2 win last night at Citi Field in New York. LA leads the series 3-1, and the Mets will try to keep their season alive tonight in Game 5.
The University of the Bahamas men's soccer team came up short on the road. The Mingos suffered a 6-0 defeat last night against the Millennia Atlantic University Macross at the Doral Meadow Park football field in Doral, Florida. The loss drops the Mingos to a 2 wins, 2 loss, 3 draws record on the season. MAU led 4-0 at the half and scored 2 more goals by the 70th minute to put the game away for good. It will be a quick turnaround for the Mingos with the rematch against MAU tomorrow night.
They say everything is wrestling, especially wrestling. Bahamian Kalia Capri steps into the squared circle tomorrow night with an opportunity to win a title here at home. Capri will face Maserati for the ACW women's title at All Caribbean Wrestling's Fight for Paradise, hosted at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Doors open at 1 p.m. and the main event gets started at 6 p.m. This will be ACW's second event in the Bahamas this year, following the Baja Bash last June. Tomorrow's lineup also includes 7 major matches featuring wrestlers that have performed at World Wrestling Entertainment, its NXT development program, and All Elite Wrestling. It's Friday, you know the drill. Let's archive that work group chat, ignore all emails, and send you into the weekend with the 10YS Plays of the Week. At number 5, let's get started in the NBA preseason. Clippers looking for a game winner? Call on Kai. We'll have more on him later in the countdown.
At number 4, the Bahamas fell short of promotion, but Brandon Adderley had an impressive showing at the CONCACAF Nations League.
Over to the WNBA Finals, JJ showing up when the Liberty needed her most. A huge 3, then running the pick and roll with Sabrina Ionescu.
I see what you did there. At number 2, more NBA preseason. Buddy Buckets is in his bag in the Bay. Is that a one-legged 3 off the screen?
Well, you only have one leg right now, so
I taught him that.
And at number 1, Kai Jones getting it done on both ends of the floor. I don't know if it's the weather in LA, it's the haircut, but something's working.
Goat life.
That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. Big weekend for Bahamian sports. JJ can win the WNBA title. Jazz can go to the World Series. What are you looking forward to the most?
The parade in Freeport.
You know what? Good answer. Didn't expect that. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, pumping pink. In recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the owner of a local gas station is lowering prices at the pumps. And later, more rain in the capital today. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news continues.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, presents the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny.
This is our news. Welcome back. We are tracking two areas in the tropics, one just to the north of Puerto Rico and the other one in the southwestern Caribbean. The first one just north of Puerto Rico, continuing to move towards the west, weakening as we speak. National Hurricane Center giving that a low chance for formation. It's going to be encountering quite a bit of shear. You notice most of the convection to the north is shearing off, so that's likely track for the system and likely history of the system over the next couple of days. Southeast and central Bahamas likely to see some showers with the system through the weekend. And then we're watching this area in the southwestern Caribbean, the National Hurricane Center giving that a high chance for formation, likely to move into the Yucatan Peninsula and Belize with lots of showers and thunderstorms. Not going to be posing much of a problem for us, but that is actually providing us with some moisture with an associated frontal boundary across the Bahamas. That front will remain stationary, but that front will continue to keep that system to the southeast of us, the one moving just near the Puerto Rico area towards the west, and once again giving it very little chance for formation over the next couple of days. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that frontal boundary across our area, that front lifting slightly to the north, moisture associated with that system approaching us from the southeast, and that will continue to be the trend through the weekend. So we'll keep showers in the forecast for most of the island chain, but the winds will continue to be a problem. So boating and beaching not advised for the weekend. Speaking of beaching and boating, all areas tonight through tomorrow, gale warning is in effect for most of the islands, but will spread across the southeast Bahamas by tomorrow. Northeast to east winds 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet, but up to 10 feet in northeasterly swells along Atlantic exposures. High tide is at 9:13 tonight. The low tide takes place at 3:22 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, a stationary front hanging out in just north of us. That will continue to keep us with some showers in the forecast. We do see some clearing on Sunday and Monday, but we introduce some more showers by Tuesday. Temperatures will stay in the 80s. We do like those temperatures, but the winds will continue to be a problem for the weekend. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the owner of Porky's gas station on East Street South, Bernard Porky Dorset, is rolling back prices at the pumps. It's a part of his Porky's Pumping Pink campaign. Dorset has committed all proceeds from this initiative to support breast cancer awareness and research efforts. It's a cause close to his heart due to his wife's fight against cancer. Dorset explains how customers can save for the cause.
Every Friday from now until, well, it'll also happen on the first Friday, because November the 1st comes in on a Friday. So we'll do it on that Friday also. So we're going to roll back the 25 cents and the 16 cents on diesel, 25 cents on gas, all day, 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay? You come in, and then during the same time, we're going to do a 50+1, where you fill your car up with over $50 gas. We put $1. We put $1 in the kitty for sister, breast cancer support, and the rest go towards a raffle. We'll raffle the 50-inch TV.
Despite the recent increase in fuel prices, Dorset says he remains committed to helping the community.
Some folks say, hey, we just got an increase, and here it is. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. But hey, look here. Hey, we ain't carrying nothing from here, man. Nothing. You know, I don't care how much money you get, you ain't carrying a dime from here. I'd love to give away my money. I love it. You know, I enjoy it, you know. Because I ain't carrying nothing. At least I know what I do with it.
All right, such a great effort. And of course, to see that story again, it's available now on ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.